All right, folks, here he is. The big fella from the big north. We have brought him in yet once again, another action-packed power suit. Tyler, have you seen something this ridiculous? We asked Alex last week, have you seen this type of suit come in the studio?
It's not ridiculous.
I think it's a good-looking suit. It's like a mix of Obama's beige suit and a J. Crew model.
And
It's actually a J. Crew suit.
look at you, Tyler. Put
This
one on the
guy
book.
is dialed in.
And now what is the flower there?
It's
What-
a lapel, Rob. It's a little lapel, you know? It adds a little flair, a little spice.
So are you going to work right after this?
Well, yeah, you keep getting me right before my work shift, so.
Well, so what we're going to do here, again, we got a couple action-packed guests for you folks. Before anything, we got a big episode coming out Tuesday with Animal Planet's Forrest Galante. We brought Cold Cuts out there for this trip up in Santa Barbara. He's got this house just full of animals. The guy is wild. He's just a beauty. He has a show called Extinct or Alive where he goes out to third world countries all over the place and finds out if certain animals are really extinct or alive, hence the name. And what a fascinating trip. What was that trip like for you, Cold
Man,
Cuts?
it was unlike anything I would have expected. I didn't know. First of all, you told me that we were going out to a sanctuary, so I didn't know what to expect.
As far as I'm concerned, that was a sanctuary.
It was, animals running wild left, right, and center. And, it was just unlike anything I've ever expected. I mean, you remember, he took us on a tour. So we started out going in, we met him, really chill guy.
Well, I remember even before walking up, just to get up to his house in Santa Barbara, you're actually going through the forest and whatnot. You had camouflage on.
Well, yeah.
I have a fedora on.
We looked ridiculous.
And
but we didn't know what we were getting into, in our defense.
Right, and what concerned me was he had just been on Joe Rogan's podcast, and Joe Rogan knows something about everything. So he's asking real legit animal questions. I'm not an animal guy, as we all know. I walk out of the car. You got your camouflage on. I got my fedora on. I'm eating a Slim Jim and have a Tangalong Girl Scout cookie in my hand. He had no idea what
Well, he probably thought the circus was coming to town.
And
he had the animals, so we were all set to go.
And boy, did it. I mean, just from the jump.
Well, it was amazing. He took us, for the listeners out there, I mean, he's got this whole massive pad in the back. It's just like a trail that leads all throughout. So he starts showing us all the animals. And when things got wild, there was like that pen with the pigs and the turkeys and he has his own organic chickens that he does. So he opens this pen up and we're waiting. And these pigs, one of the pigs was Henry comes out and it's just like, I'm like looking like this. There's a big pot-belly pig just sitting there, just sitting there. And then
You do a great pig.
Oh, it was wild, man. It was. I did not know what to expect.
Give me that squeal one more time.
I'm sorry, folks, with the audio, but that's what it was like. I was standing there, absolutely out of my element. I didn't know.
Speaking of out of your element, I was out of. We all know I am not an animal guy, which is why I brought you. I was so nervous.
I know a little bit about animals,
but he had this whole hummus platter and guacamole, and there's snakes going around. There's pigs. It just, for me, it wasn't the setting for hummus.
No, it was.
I love chips and hummus, but
he had the hummus in the fridge, and then he had mealworms next to it. So he was feeding the little gecko or whatever.
Right.
I was like, man, you don't want to stumble into that fridge late night.
Geckos are coming out. Lizards are coming out. Or even he went to go pour us a couple shots.
Yeah.
Forrest likes to party. Forrest was great. Forrest just gets
Bro
after
Galante.
it. Bro Galante is what we ended up calling him. He had White Claws in there.
He had hard kombucha too. He was from the University of Santa Barbara.
Yeah, it's just a
frat guy,
brilliant guy, and he was, by the end of it, he couldn't believe that we had to go. We had a 2-hour trip. We were gonna hit rush hour trip. He was so upset. He wanted to go get a drink together.
Yeah, he said he's like, oh, I a rugby practice after, but if you guys want to go grab a couple beers. I was like, wow, we just took 2.5 hours of this guy's time.
I mean, we could have stayed there for a full week, and he would have no problem. Now, I wouldn't stay for the full week because I was just such on edge with the animals, and you guys are going to see it on the video. I mean, it is just the content. I think we may be doing 2 episodes out of it.
And his family was there. His
Family
mom was there.
Family was awesome.
So I mean, he was doing this all like in the midst of all this stuff, and at one point, when we first met the mom, and they're from South Africa, so they have that deep accent. So we're walking around, and there was that. What was it? Turkey, John the turkey,
Henry the pig, John the turkey.
I mean, he gives them regular names like they're people, but all of a sudden you look around and there's animals coming out, and so John is this giant butterball turkey. Like, this thing looks primed and ready for Thanksgiving dinner. I was like, Rob, if we come back up in a few months, let me tell you, maybe we can sit down for a family feast with Bro Galante. But this thing starts waddling around, and it wouldn't leave us.
It followed us the entire.
I was on edge with the turkey. into the area for the podcast. I thought John was going to join us for the podcast.
I was going to put him on the mic.
So it got to the point where I didn't know why this turkey was following us around the whole time. So I was, it was kind of freaking me out. It had this big flap of skin near its beak, and so I want to ask kind of a scientific cool question to
which
Mr.
I couldn't
Galante.
do.
So I said, Forrest, what's the flap of skin that goes on the beak, of the turkey? What is that used for? Thinking maybe it's a wind flap or something. He goes, well, it's pretty simple. It enlarges when it gets excited, and then I was like, whoa, did not expect
John the
that.
turkey was not so
This
innocent
thing was
at that.
fully inflamed.
And the bizarre thing, it was following us like it was ready. I kept hiding behind Forrest.
Yeah, so I didn't understand either why it was following us around until after when we met his mom, and this thing was coming up near me, and I'm ready to kick it because I'm getting freaked out. And the mom from the corner, she looks over and she goes, oh, boys, don't mind John. It's a courting season. He's a little frisky. I look at this thing, the turkey's like, and it's fucking coming up to my leg. I was like, this thing is gonna fucking hump me as I'm running.
It was like a perfect South African accent.
She said
she
it
had.
so eloquently too,
It's
like
courting season.
Courting season, like mating season. John the Butterball is coming in for a fresh round.
And you got a good turkey impression too.
They're just bizarre creatures, like
Bizarre.
they're absolutely freakish.
I just was always so skeptical of where John was. Even when we were recording the podcast, I didn't know where John was. And when she told us it's courting season,
then I kept my distance after that.
I kept running around to Forrest Galante and hiding behind him.
At first I thought it was like aggressive, like it was going to attack us. But then when I found out it's courting season, or as the average layman would call it, mating season, then I was like on my guard because I was like, okay, it's worse than if it's aggressive.
Even if you could do the impression of his mom watching us from the top roof or whatever it was, I don't know, whether they hunt from that thing, but looking down on the driveway and Brandon with Bro Bible's backing the car up, and she's trying to tell us to watch out for the turkey.
We almost ran the turkey over.
And the tortoise.
She's like, yeah, tortoise. He has 2 tortoises, big Goliath-looking things, and they're called Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
These tortoises, for you followers out there, and you're going to see it, I don't want to give away too much, have the most incredible view of Santa Barbara.
Oh, yeah.
For where these 2 tortoises are, they are looking down
They're
on
crushing the game.
Oh. I mean, they are just.
He's feeding them hibiscus flowers
she's
daily.
Yelling at us, watch out for the turkey. Do that accent. It's so good.
It's. I don't know if it's a South African. It sounds
I
like
think
Australian.
It is.
Oh, watch out, boys! The John is just behind the Wrangler. And I was like, oh my God, man, that was a scene and a half. To the point where we drove back, and for like half an hour, I was kind of still trying to process everything. Because
Joe, I have problems right now going down to pet a dog. I just
now, if someone offered you that place and was like, Rob, we'll let you stay there rent-free for like a year, but you have to live amongst all those animals. There's snakes in there. There's iguanas. Would you do it?
There is zero chance, and I mean that. I'm being honest. There's no chance. I was on edge. I was on edge all the time. There was a time where he surprises me with a snake, which is my biggest fear.
Yeah.
There is sweat dripping out of my fedora
You were freaking out a little bit.
I was a mess, but folks, it is just a hell of an episode. I can't wait for it to drop Tuesday. Can't thank Forrest Galante enough. This he's a professional
and a nicer guy you will never meet.
He's
just so caring, such a great host.
Well, Joseph, it actually segues perfectly because yes, he is a nice guy. I think we have a guy that may be just as nice, if not nicer. We told you folks last week that we are doing a thing called the International Carpool, which is something we be doing. 4 of our friends that love to golf, one from Vancouver, Canada, one from Germany, another one from Canada,
Toronto,
and me from New Jersey, where I think everything west of New Jersey is California.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a crew, and with that being said, we're going to welcome in the big fella to the show, the big German. Cold Cuts, come on over to this side, make him feel welcome.
There he is.
Folks, come on down to the show. There he is. It is Das Rob, the big fella. Cold Cat's getting all wired up here. Cold Cat's going to need a mic there. Das Rob, welcome to the show. Das, I don't think I've seen you on with anything less than 3 layers.
Well, unless it's on the course, obviously.
Yeah.
Sometimes, in the heat of the summer, a nice shorts and a great polo will do. But, otherwise I'd like to dress up once in a while,
Dress to the nines. And we've all, me, Cold Cuts, Das Rob, and the Big Maple, who is the 4th member of our international carpool, we all met through the hotel. My question for you,
Yes.
working in the hotel now, would you say you're the best dressed employee at the hotel?
Oh, hands down, absolutely.
No.
It's Das's world, and we're just living
He is
in it.
nice, but not modest.
No, there's a little bit of humble there, but when it comes to dressing and everything, I know what I'm doing, so... And of course, I saw last episode where you had interviewed Cuts, and he was there with the suit, and he said, asking your crew and everybody is like, have you ever seen anybody come in, this nicely dressed to a podcast? And I said, well, challenge accepted. As soon as you sent the invite out, it's like, hey, does you want to be on the pod? I said, I need to trump Cuts. I mean, and he,
I brought my game too.
Kudos to you. Yeah, absolutely.
My suit game is pretty good.
Oh, definitely.
Tyler, Denise, the secretary, probably has no idea what the fuck is going on.
Looks like
in
a
this.
Fortune 500 company about to make a massive deal.
I
Here we are
mean,
filming the Brilliantly Dumb podcast.
And who knows what Dr. Fu's coming in with. We got Dr. Fu coming on later in the show. Das, my question for you, do you remember how we got the International Carpool started?
I do, yeah. So it's not trigger my memory, but it must have been last year. Well, it was definitely last year, but and it was during NBA finals, because I remember like the first time we kind of went out, we actually went to a bar afterwards with Cuts, myself, the Big Maple, and watched I think Game 6 or 5.
We cheered on the Raptors.
Raptors and Warriors. And obviously me having lived in Toronto, Eric being from Toronto, and Cuts, a Canadian fella.
Gotta root Raptors.
Yeah, absolutely.
We were
cheering
definitely
for the
rooting the
Raptors.
Yeah.
But going back to your question, obviously, so Eric and I hadn't been out playing for a while, so we said, look, it was a Tuesday, I think. I said, hey, we need to get out. He said, hey, absolutely. Let me see who I can get, so we get a nice foursome, because we want to avoid having strangers wrangling with us, because
Totally.
we were going out the night before, slightly hungover. You don't want to meet and do small talk with strangers. You just be amongst yourselves and have a good time. So enough said. He said, yeah, let me reach out to Joseph Delmar. Great guy. I didn't know who he was at that time. I said, you, me, him, and then I maybe get one of my servers. So long and behold, the next day we all meet up at Rancho, and then there was a slight misunderstanding, and which kind of made it so great, because Eric said, I'm gonna bring Rob, and Cuts understood,
Which is you.
which is me,
Yeah,
and
well, I
Cuts
thought you meant-
understood bring Rob, as in you, Robbie Berger, because at
We
that
had
time
all kinds of Robs.
obviously we didn't know each other. We heard of each other, obviously, but so that was that miscommunication. So we had that fifth wheel with us, which Eric brought, that Pete guy or whatever.
He ended up being a disaster.
Didn't he
was
smash your driver?
Well, look, I don't mind. I'm not.
Well,
a
tell
good
the
enough,
story.
Yeah, I'm not a good enough golfer to where I care about somebody using my clubs. I really don't. But this kid was taking out 6 irons, 7 irons, drivers, just out of whim. and would just take it and just hack away at it. So finally, this kid was being so damn obnoxious. Next thing you know, he takes my driver on like 10 or 11.
He like sliced it down the other fairway.
Far
I
right,
remember
and I
that one,
think
yeah.
he just kind of blacked out and forgot whose driver he was using.
Started smashing it
And
on the
just starts tomahawking this fucking thing.
I looked right over at you and I was like, "Oh."
Have you ever
my.
seen me so pissed?
But you kept your composure.
together.
You didn't
What
say
was I
a
gonna say?
word. I think you were just a fraction away from boiling
I was
point.
on the edge, and I think, and you turned to me and I said, "Listen, I just met you, but
Is this guy for real?
What do you think of the situation?" I said, "If it was me, I would have introduced him to my 9-iron."
Das
not
was
in
ready to.
but not in the good. I mean, there's something called respect for other people's property, and yes, you were kind enough to loan him your stuff, and then this is how he treats you. I mean, come on, that wasn't.
But yeah,
so needless to say, Pete never made it to another foursome.
yeah, and then
No, well, because he was the fifth wheel to begin with. But then, just to go on how the carpool came together, then the two of you were kind enough to take me out a few times. So we had a threesome, which sounded a bit wrong right now. But
Well,
this
is a family
maybe
show
we
here,
do need
Das.
Pete after all.
That's a different story. No, but then Eric happened to be off the same times as we were, and then for a few Mondays in a row during the summer months, we all got together, and that was a stable.
And the big thing of it that we do, we go and Joseph takes the car and we actually do a carpool too. We pick each person up and we videotape each person waiting outside with their clubs. We all pick them up and then we head over to the course.
Yeah, but I think that stems from cuts, because him and I, just the two of us played once, and obviously the German as I'm being, standing outside ready to go, and I think one time the two of you came and he said,
Yeah, take the video out.
take the video. I bet you he is already
this
ready
guy,
outside.
by the way, you will not meet a more punctual human being than Rob.
It-
Das Rob. I mean,
Yeah.
not this Rob. This one is
Very
another
careful,
story.
very careful.
But this guy, I'll be like, okay, that's we're playing at 8 a.m. This guy wants to hit the links at 6:45. He
It's
wants
military
to take,
time for Das.
and so we'll pull up at 7:30, and he's kind of annoyed because he knows we're going to be hitting the course
Right on
with
one.
maybe 5 minutes to spare. But I know that he's been out there waiting for
For hours.
25 minutes because he'll be texting me.
Das, let me ask you something.
Yes.
Is that the punctuality? I wish it was an American thing. I don't think it is. It should be. Is that like a German thing to be that on time? If I go to Germany and book a tea time, you better be on time.
Oh, you better be on time. So in Germany, there's a saying. Oh.
Ooh, that leads us in perfectly for our game show coming up here.
No, but in Germany, there's a saying. So if you're on time, you're already too late.
I like
So if let's
If
let-
you're 2 hours
In
early, you're
Dutchland?
actually only an hour.
no, that's what they say. So just like today, you asked me to be here at 10. So of course I'm gonna be here 9:55, the latest. I mean, I would have loved to be here 9:45, 9:50, but 55 the latest. If I would be here at 10, that's too late for my standards, obviously.
Das,
So
how, if I may, and I probably should know the answer to this, how
Yes.
long have you been in the States total?
the States, like U.S.
Yeah.
2.5 years. Came October 2017, but before I lived in Toronto for 5. So all in all,
Okay.
North America 7.5 years now.
And how the difference between Germany and America? Is it a tough adjustment? Do you like it?
Well, I see. I had a good introduction through
Toronto.
Canada, Toronto, which was great. But yeah, of course there are differences. I mean, I have to go with the same as Kat said. Universal healthcare, one of the
Gotta go.
things which is like you come here. I never had to deal with something like that. It's like you have to be aware of what kind of insurances you get and everything. Back home, you go to the doctor, all sorted.
Right.
The other thing is, in Europe, especially Germany, a bit more straightforward, not so much behind the bush. So no, if I want to tell you how it is, I will. But I've learned over the years, especially during the work and being in hospitality, you have to kind of
You've reined it in a bit.
Yeah.
Yes.
no,
So instead of taking the 9-iron to Pete's head, you just stood there and kind of bit your tongue a little bit.
kind of take a deep breath.
Now, so Das, we got something pretty special that me and Cold Cuts
Bring it on. What is
brainstormed
it?
up for you. What we want to do to compare the difference between Germany and the United States, and to get kind of your feel. on each thing, we prepared a game
Okay.
called Was ist besser?
No. Was ist besser?
Was ist besser?
Yeah, well, yeah.
No, there is no S in there. Was ist besser? Jetzt mach ich's. Was ist besser?
Was ist besser?
Was ist besser?
Yeah.
Which means what?
What is better?
What is better?
What is better? So we're going to cue the game show music now. This is Das Rob playing Was ist besser? First question, you're going to tell us whether you like the fatherland more or the United States more for the in particular topic.
Okay. I was afraid you asked me what is better, but
No,
the
no,
two
we
No,
won't.
no, no,
Okay,
no, no, no.
yeah.
Th-
This
thank
is
you, thank you.
Just
Okay.
the particular item.
That's fair
First
game.
question here on Was ist besser? Das, what is better? Fast food in the fatherland or fast food in the United States?
Was ist besser?
See, that's a bit of a tough one. I'm not a big fast food guy, but being that most fast food chains originate in the U.S. and the first time I was introduced to that whole concept was coming over from America, which was McDonald's. Actually, my first time I had fast food, I was 14, but that's a different story.
Big backdrop
So-
here, folks.
So it is the U.S. I must
Wow.
say.
Wow!
Fast-
One for the
fast
States?
Fast food is U.S.
One
Fast
for the
food,
States.
one-
Okay.
Yes.
All right. That,
One
that-
for the...
that-
okay.
one for the States there. Moving on Was ist besser? Das, what is better? Porn in the fatherland or porn in the States?
Was ist besser?
See, that's a tough one because it's just I can't speak of experience. It's just hearsay,
Hearsay.
Yeah, but from what I've heard from other people, and being California is the capital of porn in.
Is that true?
Oh yeah, well, especially LA. I mean, most like 80% of the worldwide porn stuff being distributed is coming out of California,
someone-
especially LA. Hearsay, obviously.
A lot of hearsay
but,
knowledge here.
In this case, US as well.
The States, another
we
one
did
on
it early.
another one on the board for the States there.
right.
Now, big disadvantage for the States in the question coming up here. Don't let that sway your answer. Next question here on Was ist besser? What has the better beer? The fatherland or the United States?
Was ist besser?
What? What a question! Come on, guys, it's Germany. I mean, the stuff you call beer is. So I take a German beer, put 3 gallons of water to it, and this is what you sell as beer. So, I mean, it's a
Okay,
no.
what's your favorite German beer then?
My favorite German beer is Augustiner Helles. It's kind of a
Where do you
lager.
And where do they have on Amazon? Where do they have that?
I actually next to the Honor Bar, they have some great beers. I think you might be able
South
to get
Beverly?
it there.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We should do a German beer night.
Oh, we
Make
can
a little
certainly
Oktoberfest.
do that. Yeah, I found a great restaurant. I think you as well, closer to Eastlake. I think you were telling
Silver
me
Lake.
Silver Lake. Sorry, yeah. And I found some as well, which is close to Tarantino's movie theater, just around the corner. Because before we went to
Quentin, here we come.
yeah,
Grabbing some beer.
before we went go Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, we had a few brews and found that really nice German place, and they have that beer there for sure.
Nice.
So we should make a thing out of it. But of course,
International carpool.
Germany
take
wins by a landslide. Come on, that question was.
Okay, so Germany pulls closer
Now-
a little bit.
So, Das, the
Yes.
deciding factor here, the last question here on everybody's favorite game, Was ist besser? What is better? Hospitality in the fatherland or hospitality in the United States? Das, was ist besser?
I must say it's the fatherland.
We,
For the simple reason though, because a lot of Germany, especially Germany, Austria, and Switzerland are known for their hospitality schools, and a lot of people. I mean, Katz yourself, you're a product of Switzerland. In terms of where you learned your craft,
Yeah,
and then
3 years.
we bring that over here, and then add that classic touch to it. I mean, overall, in terms of quantity, yes, the US is better. But quality, and this is where we operate in, luxury hospitality, fatherland. I must give it to it. So unfortunately, you have to ask another question because as far as I remember, we're hard tie right now, aren't we?
The tiebreaker.
Yes.
On was eats Spezza.
I think you're saying that wrong, by the way.
Definitely could be.
Okay. so speak after me. Was ganz normal ist besser.
Spezza.
No, besser.
Was ist besser?
Besser, yeah.
Was ist besser?
Yeah.
There you go.
Perfect. Was
We
So
should have done that
this-
after the first one.
This deciding one on was ist Spezza is actually going to go to Tyler on the ones and twos of the vocals cuts and Tyler the mic. The last question here. Whose suit, Tyler, are you taking? We're going to go fashion on what you prefer, the motherland or the States. Are we going suit-wise, Joey Coldcuts? Or are we going suit-wise, Das Rob, for a Tuesday afternoon?
do we have to stand up just to show the whole ensemble a bit better, or
Do you have a good feel for the ensemble here?
I have a pretty good feel here. Man, I like the Cold Cuts linens here.
The you're going with the
But-
Pit Boss
but-
Casino
but-
look?
I'm really liking the color scheme with the German over there.
It's getting interesting here.
And I think I'm going to go with the Homeland over there.
The fatherland. Look
Yeah,
at that.
there it is.
Good
There
for
it
the
is.
fatherland taking.
Thank you, Tyler. Thank
Big
you,
day
thank you.
for the
That
fatherland.
is fantastic.
Now, moving right on here, Das.
Yes.
I know you, so we actually have a 6 a.m. tea time that you booked tomorrow for the International Carpool. Is it dark at 6 a.m.? I mean, I haven't been. What, are we going to be able to see the ball at
When are you
6?
waking up these days? I mean,
I'm like 7, 8 o'clock.
what?
But that 6 is a different stratosphere.
Well, it seems like it. No. We will be able to see. I mean, what we are at beginning of March. Yeah. I think the sun goes up at like 5:20 or so.
No, you're
we
dying.
good. We good.
Is your back okay?
Well, funny that you say that. I did a little bit of hurting to myself, so I pulled something last week. So that's why I wasn't able to go when the orange suit came out. I would have loved to be part of that one, but that's another story. But yeah, no, I pulled something in my back. It's gonna be fine for tomorrow, I hope, because I really want to make that tea time. But yeah, the last week was feeling like an 80-year-old, I must say.
So, Das, it's not even a matter of hoping. It's a matter of the fact that it will be better. Why do I say that it will be better?
Bring it on.
I'd like to introduce to one of the best doctors known to man. He specializes in acupuncture. I'm going to read off this guy's resume. Folks, welcome to the show. I'd like to welcome you, Dr. Fu. Welcome to the big stage. Let's get the young man a headset there, Doc.
Oh, there's one on the side, I think.
Do you want a headset, Doc, or are you going no headset? Well, Doc, welcome to the show. Coming in hot with the scrubs. Absolutely love that. Now, for those of you folks listening, I had Dr. Fu come to my house to work on my back. I was having back issues, Doc. Dash. Dr. Fu comes walking in. In a matter of 10 minutes, I didn't even know I had a back. This
Well,
guy,
I saw part of your story, so I was wondering actually. So
Doc,
that's why I would have asked
he
you.
numbed this down so fast. Dr. Fu, if you don't mind, I'm going to go and just read off just a couple things off your resume here. Okay? Dr. Fu, the Vice Secretary General of Traditional Chinese Medicine, a 2-time Tai Chi and Tai Chi Push World Champion, Dean of the American Institute of Martial Arts and Integrative Medicine, winner of the 4th World Integrated Medical Congress, Stanford's Best Clinical Effect Expert Award. Doctor, the question we all want to know, with that being said, do you think Pete Rose belongs in the Hall of Fame?
I'm sorry. What's trying to connect with my title? You have to make my title is big. They ask me
That was a
something.
mouthful, Dr. Fu.
Doc,
My
if I
goodness.
may.
My title is medical and martial arts. That's my title. Like his problem, if I can, I can help him immediately. Like help you.
You think in studio
Wow.
today you might be able to adjust Das Rob's back?
In my mind, because the acupuncture or acupressure or traditional Chinese way, we regular don't need take big space. Yes, very small space in studio, but I will try. The use different way can help him. Even I don't use needles first.
Now,
Oh,
That's,
needles.
that sounds promising. What did you put me in here?
Add to the resume Heart of a Lion for Dr. Fu.
yeah, he'll be swinging the clubs in
Yeah,
no
because
time.
like him, this lower back problem in the Chinese meridian, we have the special meridian, the point. Everybody can learn in this. Like in your hands, here, with the 2 and 3 fingers, this your neck,
Now,
and this your chest, and this your lower back. If you have lower back problem, if I press here, then you immediately will feel better.
right.
You want me to try it?
Well, then now we definitely. I mean, Das, if you're okay, will you
Well, I
be
mean-
able to work through the triple-breasted suit there?
Well, now the
though?
coat's
Well, I
gotta
will
come
take
off.
my jacket off.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I think so. First, in my mind, I even because he wear very nice suit, it's better than him. I'm sorry.
Oh, one for the fatherland. Whoa.
This looks
getting roasted
fashion, you
today.
know.
Sorry, sorry, Katz. That was
Getting roasted. Those
How
red
about-
pants.
How about
But I
Doc?
like you. I like you because this you looks bigger and stronger.
Oh, definitely look bigger, let me tell you.
Now, Dak, before you start performing on Das Rob, how did you get into acupuncture, and how are you so damn good at it?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is my family history because my father used to follow. My father Li Qinfu follow my father's teacher, very famous. He is a martial artist. Used to the third generation with the Chinese martial arts chairman, the martial arts association chairman.
And you're a black belt, correct?
Yeah, I am the black belt. That's my history. But I follow my father, and my father follow his teacher. That teacher is very famous, and he built up with the martial arts and mix with the Chinese medicine. Actually, that's one kind of Chinese tradition.
So it
because,
kind of goes hand in hand?
yeah, basically, if we want business better, we regular break somebody's bone, then we fix it. That's made business better.
Interesting. Bit of a monopoly.
Wow.
Bit of a monopoly Dr. Fu's got going on
He's
here.
got martial arts and medicine. We need him in China taking care of the coronavirus. here.
Dr. Fu, on a lighter note, if you wanted to put Joey Coldcuts to sleep, how fast would it take you? Is it one chop and he's down?
Oh, if you want to break him down, that's so easy. That's a lot of technique to it. But what's the question? He's my friend. He looks nice.
I'm a nice guy.
Yes.
All right, so Dr. Fu, like a guy like Das Rob, I mean, obviously you don't have your equipment and all to work with. What do you do to fix the guy's back? I don't know what you did to me. I don't know what you were doing. It was fixed.
Okay. Your problem that day because in your home, then you lay down the bed. If we have bed, I can do the same with him. But even here, maybe I can try because honestly, for this level, if I want to fix any kind of pain, we have a lot of different way. Example like I showed everybody, if you have lower back
Let's
pain.
get the camera angle on there.
this is,
His hand is your hand, Doc.
Like I told everybody, this is good knowledge. This is for your neck. If you have neck pain, yeah.
Good mic awareness, though, Doc. Way to make the
Yeah.
adjustment. Way to make the adjustment.
Basically, this is for the neck. If everybody have some neck issue right now,
yeah.
almost 95%, even 99% people have problem
Well,
because
we're all
everybody
looking on
hold
the
a cell phone
all the
because your head too heavy. So bring your head down. So make the tie with the neck and the shoulder. So you should often press on these 2 points that can release your neck quickly. Yeah, you try it. You press on it. You have to make here pain. Then move your head a little bit. That's work. That is the regular.
This is wild.
Okay, secondly, it's a chest. This you see the shirt and 4.
Yeah.
But for his lower back, it's here. When I press on, he will painful. Do you feel pain?
Well, in my hand, but not in my
Of course, of course. When you feel pain here, then your back will be better.
Yeah.
And the regular what we do, we will do like this way. I will stand up like that. When I press, then I will let you cough and you stand up and sit down, stand up, sit down.
But you,
three
you
more
don't have to
times.
do this and then I cough.
No, you don't.
Like the Western medicine.
Okay, just do the when I
Okay,
Bring him
well,
up.
let me-
Bring
let
him
me
up.
go.
We're gonna
Yeah,
bring
yeah,
him
yeah.
up
you
here.
cough.
Let me just take the headphones off.
Yeah, that's better. You don't need that.
And audio wise, are we okay here, Tyler?
Well, I'm just trying to.
This is
Bring
a
those mics
wild
up, bring the
scene we
mics
got
up.
in here.
Because,
Okay.
Doc, this
You-
is an
you-
important 6 a.m. tea time. If we could have him swinging the clubs to where,
I guarantee he can do it.
all right,
As long as we make it on time, because that's also why Kat said
we
I
gotta
always
make
need
it on
I always
time.
need the first tee shot is because we are rushing to the first
we
tee.
really got to be on time tomorrow. It's ridiculous. All right, here he goes.
So-
This is
so what
Dr.
are we
Fu.
doing
He's gonna give
I will-
Das
I
Rob
will- I
here.
will try this way first.
Okay.
Okay. So try this way. When I press on it, you cough and sit down and stand up. Do a few times. Okay. When you
Okay,
feel painful.
So I'm coughing.
Yeah. Yes. Good. Like
Okay.
this. You don't get coronavirus, right? I have
Do you have masks? We need some of those
Oh,
actually
yes,
before
yes.
you leave today.
Oh yes, of course.
Okay,
Okay.
so just keep on coughing.
When you cough, why we put the mask on?
Oh, did you bring masks today?
Oh,
Look
look
at
at
Dr.
Fu.
Fu
He
has
is
actually
fully
brought.
prepared.
He came prepared with his own masks, believe it or not.
Yes, this have two kinds. This is really professional, the 95.
I'll take that one.
N95, the coronavirus,
Yeah.
the mask, and this regular mask, they still help with the saliva, the infection too.
Yeah.
So this is I bring few that you guys wear, and if you want, because cough, don't infect him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
you know,
is a coronavirus-free
Doc, if you
studio.
don't mind, after you do the back, after you give him a new back, I know you wanted to. You have some knowledge on coronavirus. I got a couple questions.
Oh, sure. I can actually definitely because coronavirus. Later I can talk more detail, but I have few exercises can protect everybody.
protect the
don't get it.
Oh,
Good, so let's give Das a new back.
Already the old injury because 2 weeks. So I will show you the even I did here point, and you will be better. When I present, you cough. You
Okay.
with the max, so no problem.
Yeah,
Even
yeah.
you don't have coronavirus.
No.
Not to my
when I-
knowledge.
So when I press on it, you sit down and stand up. Okay, let us try. Go.
So
When I press, yeah,
So
then
now
sit
sit
down,
down.
then get up.
okay.
Yes, when you, yes, good.
Okay.
Go. Do it 3 times. Go. Go.
Das,
Do you
you're
feel
gonna be
pain?
feeling, Brent.
In my hand, but not in my back.
Yeah. Do you feel pain in your hand?
Yes, a little bit.
Oh, a little bit, not too much. Then we try this one. With both hand we can do it. Which side more pain? This side or that
This
side?
side.
This side.
Yes.
Okay, then do it again. Go cough. Then go.
Okay.
Yes.
And now, Dr. Fu, what was the
Go.
thing you put
Okay.
into my? What did you put into my back?
I will
Needles?
show you later. How about right now? You feel?
Yeah.
Feel your
Oh,
back.
it's okay.
Are we getting there?
It's a bit better.
Okay,
Finish
sweet.
sound better, right?
Yeah.
The scale before 10, it's worse. What's number now? Improve. Worse, when I walk in, when I did before, worse it's 10. What's number now? Try feel.
He's saying like when you
Yeah, yeah, I know.
before.
Yeah, what did it start?
Before I stopped here, so now I can go a bit further down.
Good, good.
Whoa,
That's good
look
for the
at
guts.
this.
Here we go, Dr.
Very
Fu.
nimble.
Dr.
Watch,
Fu is
watch,
picking up
watch,
some
watch
steam
his
here,
hand,
folks.
watch his
Das
hand.
Rob's
How
starting to
low
get a
he can
feel
reach.
for
That's
the
only he
stretch.
can reach, right?
Right now, but this is also my suit, that's why.
Okay. Right now, I show you one exercise. You can immediately going down more.
Okay.
This exercise will do. Follow me.
Well, it looks like a Heisman going
Then-
on here.
Dr. Fu is doing the Heisman
There
here.
he is.
Switch leg.
Only on the Brilliantly Dumb show.
Yes, like this. And turn your head, go to right side.
There it is,
and,
folks.
and then going down, go left side.
Well, I don't know what is going on here,
It's like
Rob.
Chinese marching here.
Go. Do it 10 times. One.
Whoa,
try your
whoa,
best
whoa,
to
be
turn.
careful of the equipment there,
Yes,
Das.
1, 2,
This is.
3, 4,
I've seen a lot of things in my
Five.
day, Rob.
Seven.
Hey!
8.
We might be able to get
Nine.
36 holes in tomorrow the way this is
Okay,
going.
right now you try it. You feel much more easy.
Whoa,
Whoa,
that's,
whoa,
that's,
here we
oh,
go.
oh. Come on. Whoa!
All right, Dr. Fu.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Fu.
Yeah,
A little
that's it,
Chinese
that's
munch.
better.
No.
But right now, answer your question. Your question is what I did for.
Let's get it
for
going.
The full needle. And this needle is special. It's like this.
Okay.
And then we will take off like this.
Right.
This needle inside don't have any herb, but
Okay.
we will injection in his skin, and also this technique is will not straight in.
Whoa.
We just put
Well,
under
guys,
the
it's,
skin.
it's
That
e-
way
it's
I do
easy
it,
for
and
me
if
to
you do a
say.
little exercise, then immediately better.
It's easy for me to say, but let's let it rip.
It
Let's.
wasn't painful.
Was not painful. I swear to you, I did not feel. Das, I did not feel a thing.
Don't worry, Das.
I
He's
swear-
taking a nice pick to the back.
The
So
needle-
Tell me where's your pen?
Whoa!
Little bit of
Little
moonshine. Look,
censorship
that is what
media.
we call German moonshine here on the Brilliant Home Show.
German steel.
This is just the old
Lex
pen.
Luger.
Das Rob is about to have a brand new bag, folks. Again, only on whoa,
Whoa!
and click and bada bing, bada boon.
Okay, a
Bring
little bit of pain is normal, but too much pain will kill you.
Whoa!
Oh, Doc,
There he
Doc,
goes.
Doc.
Do you feel it?
Well, a little bit.
A little bit, not too much pain,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How about right now?
That's okay.
No pain, right?
No.
But
Watch the
everybody
belt
can
there,
see
Doc.
A lot of long needle already in, and he don't feel any pain. Shoot.
Wow.
Wow.
Because only under the skin, it's in the fat.
Das
So
Rob,
no
I
feeling.
promise
So
you,
right
you
now,
just got a
I
brand
would
new
like
back.
you to do a little exercise.
Okay.
Like you first you raise up one neck and go back. Yeah,
So-
don't use your hand. This back, this up. No, back. Watch,
Behind you,
watch,
Das.
watch.
I feel like I'm watching an episode of Saw
This
going
is like
on.
a Howard Stern type show.
Oh,
Oh, he is 10 seconds away from a brand new back, I hope. And
Wonderful.
all hell is broken loose here. Das, how
That
you
thing
feel?
is hanging by a thread.
Yeah, actually feeling good already,
Yes,
right?
All right, bring him down.
Yes, you see?
Let's
So-
let's
so
check.
Well,
I
take the
only
needle
did
out of his
this.
back.
Let's get that needle out of there. You okay, Doc?
Okay, I take off this side already.
He's out.
Okay, try tell everybody what you feel.
Now, what do you feel? Come.
Oh!
Do you notice?
There's some
No,
mobility.
it's definitely better. You feel it. Yeah,
do-
I don't want to overdo it
Right.
right away. So I'm still be careful and conscious of my movements, but it's definitely better than it was just 20 minutes ago.
No doubt. I gotta tell you, Doc. What?
How do you feel right now?
Oh,
Yeah, because maybe I still need doing a lighter side.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Look at that!
No.
Tell you what, Josh,
Well,
you're gonna be
guys-
swinging the sticks like.
How do you feel?
Get him all.
Right now.
Let's get him
Doc,
bandaged up.
He's bandaged up. Come on, take a seat.
Let's take a seat now,
Doc?
gentlemen.
Yeah, if really full treatment, I will doing a lighter side. If you both side pain.
No, that was
Doc,
the-
we-
that was the more
Doc, all we
Oh, you
need-
put on this side, then that's
That was
good.
okay.
That's
You have
enough.
Doc,
done more
Doc,
than
yeah,
enough.
more
Doc.
than enough, Doc. If I do say myself, Doc, that's and I'm telling you, Das, he did it to me. I
Yeah.
was able to work out the next day, and Doc, all we really needed was for him to be able to swing a golf club. Do you think you could swing a golf club?
I'd say so, yeah.
You do.
The good thing is now I have to take it easy tomorrow, which Cuts always tells me to do anyway. So now with being more careful with my back, so hopefully that will bring some
Actually-
great scores.
Actually, for him, this kind of problem, for golf guy, most easy happens golf elbow. It's inside. For my this kind of treatment, one time they are 90% better. Maybe 2 times they totally
amazing.
good.
We
So
gotta
this
get
is
Brooks.
a special acupuncture.
Where were you when Tiger Woods was struggling with that, Doc?
This
Well,
is-
I want to ask you a quick question about coronavirus, and I know you have a lot of knowledge on it. What
Do we
is-
have all to put the mask on now?
What does? Yeah, I mean, we might as well set the mood here, Doc. What does the coronavirus stem from?
Okay, watch him. That's a way wear the mask. It's wrong. So I want first to teach you how to wear the mask.
You're wearing the mask wrong.
Because everybody's doing it through the airports now.
Yes. So
You want to
this is
demonstrate on
important.
me?
Yeah, I want to demonstrate on me.
On yourself.
You see, everybody have to see which camera.
Just give me one of these
The
things
light
here.
blue goes in these.
Yes.
Give me one. Give me the bottom one. That's the professional
You have
one.
to. You have to know.
That's the one that
First,
we
you need to find it. You need to find it. The which side it's outside.
Right.
Because of this, regular this in the outside, and also they have the smooth side. They have smooth side. They have this side.
Right.
So doesn't matter color. Most important is this regular is outside. And how to wear it, you need to know up and down, which side is up. Here have the steel inside. That is up.
You hear that? You got that, Cuts?
Well, mine is different. How
He's
does
a professional. You better.
Yeah, that's the
later.
one Dr. Fu
Let me
actually should have
finish
probably
this.
put.
The first you hang on, then you do this, the pull up and pull down. Then this steel can make the very close to your nose.
And now,
Then
Dr.
you
Fu,
can match.
Dr.
This is
Fu,
the right way
what
to wear
what
it.
what do these prevent? What's you see it in the airport all the time. My question is, A, how did the coronavirus start? And B, is there any way to prevent it?
Okay, the coronavirus until now don't have any herb or medicine can fix it. So most important is how can transfer to you, how can they infect you. So coronavirus most from the fly, saliva, infect.
Right.
And second is when I touch him, when he touch the nose or eyes something, then you come back touch your nose or eyes, then you will get trouble.
I'm struggling here.
So
Doc.
it's a contact
it's
infect.
the other side. You have the inside out.
But doctor, there's people who state that you should be more concerned about as Cold Cuts continues to struggle with
I'm
this
definitely
massive.
getting the corona.
I
No,
tell
no,
you,
the
my
light-
odds are on Cold Cuts having corona as we speak. The way he's
the
putting
light blue needs
you
to go
look like
inside.
Bane
Yes.
from Batman right now.
That is a lot of people do. That's why I want to teach everybody wear the mask, because I saw a lot of people wear masks, but they wear the wrong way.
But-
they wear the opposite side.
Dr. Fu,
This have to be outside.
The question I really wanted to know, because it's a big controversy. Some people say you should worry more about the regular
I'm giving
flu than corona.
That's definitely.
That's
because-
true.
Definitely, because regular flu every year kill a lot of people in America, but that's only the percentage is 0.1% people will die. But coronavirus right now in China research about the 2 to 4% people will die from
Wow.
the coronavirus. That's
If you
a lot.
if you get it.
if you get it.
And what are the odds right now on you get what was somebody in the United States? What are the odds on somebody in the United States getting at the point where it's at right now?
Right now, I feel American, they not doing very well for protect people don't get it. Why? Because
as I am clearly exhibiting
Right.
that, not knowing how to put a mask on, right?
because they right now they just beginning pay attention because Washington and Orange County and the San Francisco and Santa Cruz, they just put the state of emergency. They just beginning. They should put this long time ago, protect everybody because people don't pay attention.
Right.
And also, American just let people, if you come back from traveling, you just by yourself, the isolate in your home, and no force it. This kind of people, if he don't have food or he don't have any sense, how can he survive in the home?
But-
So he have to go out to buy something.
although-
This moment touch the people.
Now, there's clearly been casualties on it, so it's hard to say that people are overreacting. But with the buzz that coronavirus has, is it safe to say that it is a little bit of an overreaction, or is it something to be very concerned about?
I think the people don't need really overreaction. Until now, it's still safe in America, but it is very danger position right now already. It's a need very careful.
Right.
So everybody have to wash your hands and try. If you get sick, people have to wear the mask.
Right.
That is the most
I
important.
mean, if you go into the airports right now,
You,
Cuts,
you
were-
look like Duffy Duck, Cuts.
Cuts, you were just in the
Is
airport.
this the right one?
This is the right one. The N95, the professional for the coronavirus, one kind of. Not only this one
This
kind.
is the
But you know what's
professional.
amazing, though, in all seriousness? If you go to the airport right now, I would say it's about a 4-to-1 ratio at people that do have the masks on.
You think so?
It's up there, no doubt about it. I mean, if you go through the airport, people have these masks on left and right.
What a scene that must be. Did you see too at Costco now? People are stocking up on rice and water and bread.
Yeah,
Doc, is that something we should be doing so we don't have to leave the premises of our apartment?
For your personal need, I will say, because we don't know all the situation, because even you don't really know it, so you better read a little bit, at least emergency food and water or something for your family. And also you really need, if you by yourself feeling any cough, any something, you need to really isolate in your home. Don't go to infect more people. That's more important.
Yeah.
Dr. Fu, I got to tell you, you are an absolute beauty. You really are. You have totally healed my back. Das Rob is almost guaranteed to be swinging the golf clubs tomorrow.
100%,
So,
100%.
yeah, I want to thank the big German Das Rob for joining the show.
Thanks
I want to
having
thank
me.
Joey Cold Cuts, as always, for joining the show. Dr. Fu, thank you for joining the show. Before you go, I know you're a man of shout-outs. We recorded video after video in my living room. Go ahead and plug any phone number you want to plug. Where can we find you? Stage is yours. Plug away, phone number, email, whatever it may be. How do we get a hold of Dr. Fu?
Honestly, I'm busy, but you guys, if you guys try text me the 626-215-3353, I will try my best.
Now, do you have a
Come back to you.
website?
My website is www.tai-acupuncture.com.
Okay.
Yeah, you can find me there, and might have space in the
Cold cuts,
Pacific
cold cuts.
Palisade.
Cold Cuts. Sorry, spell acupuncture.
ACUPUCNTURE.
That's correct. But before I go, I